Okay.
Hey guys, what's up? We're back.
Hello.
Hi.
We're back with another manga review. It's been 2 months, so just like we always say, it's bi-monthly.
Oh, is it?
Bi-monthly manga reviews.
I'll run with that.
New trademark. Yes.
All right, so let's. Okay, so confession time. Let's spill the tea.
Yeah.
So of course I've got John and Matt with me, our two reoccurring guests and co-hosts. And we tried to digest. I mean, I digested it. It wasn't fun, as I remember it to be. But we were gonna read. Was it Devil 666 or Opart?
Good old 666 Satan.
Yeah.
Good old Naruto Lights.
Did you call? See, I feel like it was mostly my fault because like I had tried it and then a lot of stuff came up and I was just like, oh, it's just because a lot of stuff came up I didn't get through it. And then I just tried straight and it was just like, yeah, I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
No. You don't have to take the bullet for anyone on this one because this was actually me. Tomo-chan was a good recommendation, so I was feeling kind of high on myself. So I'm like, okay, next I'll throw down 66 because I read that back when I was a kid, and I liked it back when I was a kid. And now I read it as an adult, and boy oh boy, do I want to slap child me right across the jaw. Because, man, didn't hold up. Not so great. But hey,
No, yeah, I read it like a decade ago when I was like binging a whole bunch of stuff, and yeah, it does not hold up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you call it? I will do the light review of I felt like it was Dragon Ball One Piece.
Dragon Ball One Piece.
Yeah, would you call it?
It
has the Bulma
like...
Goku feel with the, like, I don't know, the kind of bountiness.
I feel like it was more like Dragon Ball, like Rave Master.
Okay, yeah, I can go with that too.
Or maybe like, no, Dragon Ball March and Awakens for Romance.
Oh my god, yes! You're right.
It's exactly that.
That sounds like a pull. Oh my god.
It is.
Oh, are you not familiar with Mare? March and Awakens Romance?
Oh, good gosh. Did you call it? I'm aware of Mare. I just didn't know that Mare actually stood for something.
Yeah, that's what it stands for. March and Awakens Romance.
Okay.
Now
that's the full Japanese title.
Now, for those of you who are not in the know, picture
or didn't watch Cartoon Network in the mid 2000s.
Picture the most impeccably balanced 5 out of 10 on the dot anime that you've ever seen, ever, and that's Mare.
This is why Wooly from Castle Super Beast does not like little kids as his main characters. Is for this specific reason, because unlike Hunter x Hunter, the March and Awakens Romance has the most annoying shonen protagonist who is a little kid and will remain a little kid and never grow.
Hey man, his eyesight got better after he came back to the real world. That's growth right there. He's turning into a man with good eyes.
That's gross.
Okay, but you know what we're doing this month? You know, we got back together, we pulled it together, we wrapped it up, we put a bow on it, and we're reading the Voynich Hotel, which was recommended to us by John here.
Yeah.
John,
friend hit.
Good call. This was good. Thank you.
Whoa.
Good decision.
And a friend a while back hit me up with it, and I had read through it once there. It was kind of a delightful, like, dark comedy for me, and so I thought it would be a good choice for the group as well.
Yeah. Whew. So who would like to start us off?
Well, let's go over some of the characters first.
Yeah.
This is the main cast.
Alright.
Because there are definitely some spoilers, and we don't want to get too deep into it. But it's It's kind of a horror drama with a little bit of I'd say it's a seinen and not a shonen, and it's got a little bit of ecchi here and there.
A little bit.
Just like just placed in.
Just sprinkled through it.
It just like turns it on and off.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to guess when and where things will be, but so we got the Voynich Hotel, which is 68 chapters in total, so it's a fairly easy read.
Yeah.
I think it's just 1 or 2 volumes of manga.
3.
Yeah.
3, okay.
I'm holding the last one in my hand right now.
Oh,
Oh,
there you go.
nice.
There you go. Okay, but so we got a main cast. So we've got our MC here, Kuzuki Taizo, a dude just coming on vacation, and just comes to the hotel with a mysterious amount of money, just coming to relax for an unidentified amount of time.
But Josiah, where did he get all of his money from?
Who knows?
Nefarious means? What could it be?
Only the great cockatrice can tell.
And it's attack power of 75.
Oh man, what does that +2 mean? Oh yeah, that's his magic resistance.
75 is
I love the
is
tattoo so
good-
much. It's great.
I know. I love there being okay, spoilers. So he's part of a Yakuza, our main character is, and each Yakuza member has a tattoo on their back of a mythical beast with its attack power, magic resistant, and special items. And so they're literally living in a Yakuza freaking RPG.
Dude,
Oh man, it's insane.
that and the Demon Claws +2 are my favorite things.
+2, yeah, I worked hard for those +2. Okay, so and then we have our staff at the hotel, which is Helena, a small, short tomboy-ish girl who's in full maid outfit. Because everybody who works there is in classical maid gear, except of course the chef and the owner. Our maid number 2 is Berna.
Good old bird.
Who's also very close with Helena. Berna is very stoic, very tall, very much regal and maid-like, much more than Helena is as far as like stereotypes go.
Yeah.
And of course we have the suicidal chef Emilia, who besides wanting to commit suicide and maybe also have a murder-suicide with someone. One other quality she has is that she has a huge crush on the owner of the hotel, Kendole Umeda, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tired luchador.
Yep. Umeda is the hotel's owner and a retired luchador who also knocked out one of Chuck Norris's teeth.
Yes.
It's canon.
I love it so much. The story's just so off the walls.
We keep the tooth in
I know.
in the hotel.
In a little bag on the one door.
Right
Oh,
next
and
to
by
his
the way,
signature.
I'm gay. Which brings us to another main character.
Chuck Norris.
One of the guests, Kurosawa, a man who can't stop telling people that he's gay.
Yes. Who is this homo assassin?
A homoerotic assassin who somehow falls for a girl.
Dude. You call it. I am not a worthless
It's-
homo.
No.
It's 2018, and we're in this age of progressivism,
Indeed.
where even a gay man can fall in love with a woman.
Oh, jeez, I better set that to silent.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry, go on.
No, I'm sorry. Just leave your balls out on
No,
the street.
I will apologize. That was me. How
I
silly.
love it. Professionalism.
Very. We run a tight podcast. But yes, who else does that bring us to?
We've got
What
Haruki,
yes.
the manga artist, who is in the room right next to Taizo's. Or no, he's on the 4th floor. That's right. No, Kurosawa is right next to Taizo. So we got a manga artist who's trying to make deadlines and not making deadlines very well, like a true mangaka.
Even on a vacation, this man cannot put down the pen, which, based on what I've heard of the mangaka's lifestyle, is pretty accurate. Doesn't sound like a very fun life half the time. Well, that's the price you pay. Doing what you love, I guess.
Speaking about famous mangaka, I wanted just a little tidbit here. You know, the guy who, speaking of Hunter x Hunter earlier, you know, the guy who writes Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Tagashi.
Actually married the mangaka who wrote Sailor
Hell
Moon.
yeah, he did. It's a pretty cool piece of info, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. They both got married late in the 30s, and there's a whole bunch of references to both Sailor Moon and Hunter x Hunter in each other's pieces, respectively.
Yeah.
See, what I want to know though is, do they live together?
Yeah,
'Cause-
that's the question.
Yeah, they do.
She just doesn't go into his room. That's all. You have your room. I have mine. We sleep in different beds now. That's all. That's all that I think it is.
Good night, trash man.
No,
Yes.
no, it's hilarious because the author of Hunter x Hunter, his Twitter handle is hiatus x hiatus, and not only that, but he hasn't did a tweet since like 2017. When he used to like regularly tweet about Monster Hunter, because that's what instead of Idol Masters,
Oh my god.
it's Monster Hunter that keeps him from writing manga.
It's always something. George R.R. Martin has his trampoline.
Well, when he's not on trampoline, you know what he's playing, right?
Wait. No. What is he playing?
It's Dead or Alive. Extreme.
He puts other characters on the trampoline.
Yeah, he plays DOA Extreme. He even got the the Sony VR headset so he can watch the volleyball players.
Oh, George. Put out the last book.
We knew ye well. But back to the Voynich Hotel. So we've got some really interesting people in this hotel. So, John, what sort of scenery do we have here? Set us up the plot.
So, essentially, what you call it, our hotel guest, Kuzuki, comes into the hotel from Japan after he's given the briefcase to leave Japan and everything, and he encounters the hotel and all of its mysterious wonders and everything with all the weird guests, everyone we've introduced, and he's told of a legend about 3 witches.
3 mothers. Yep.
Yeah, the three mothers who fought the war against the Japanese on the island.
Well, wasn't the Spaniards first?
Was it the
'Cause
Spaniards?
I think the Japanese conflict just happened recently.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
the Spaniards.
Yeah.
All right.
It was the conquistadors when they first found the island. Yeah.
Okay. Y'all gonna have to keep me on track.
No,
This is why
it's
notes are
fine.
important. Oh yeah, but
Yes.
what you call it? So within that fight, there's a whole bunch of mobilia around the 3 mothers within the town. Skull necklaces and just tons of rumors around town in general. And he kind of just navigates that day to day with the different guests that come in and out of the hotel. And that's the most just top description I can give about just running through everything in the story. So,
But let's see. So yeah, so we've got our characters, we've got our mothers, we've got our urban legends, we've got a spooky hotel. So another thing about this hotel is that the souls of the dead remain in the hotel.
Ah, yeah. Okay,
So
getting
it's,
right into it.
Yep, might as well. Spoiler zone.
Okay.
So we got Taizo, our MC Hammer, and so he's coming to the hotel, hiding out with the money, waiting for his Aniki, his older brother, to not actually by blood, but just older brother in the Yakuza to come back. And so he's hiding out, and of course he meets the maids, and starts hanging out with them because he's never been on vacation before. Because he's just kind of he's MC. He's MC, no distinguishable qualities, dude, besides being a Yakuza.
Didn't he even say back when he was with the Yakuzas that Aya wasn't even one of the guys who did any of the exciting stuff? Like, I just handled money and ran errands and shit. So
yeah, he was an errand boy.
yeah, he's kind of a blank slate, even for the Yakuza. Yeah.
I believe the only really defining kind of moments you kind of get is when he stands up against the other Yakuza who come to the hotel.
Who were literally just there on vacation.
Yeah. And also, sidebar, did they, looking at the epilogue of those two characters, did they just get sent out of the realm and then come back?
Yeah, they got spirited away until everything was done. Yeah.
Okay, because there's a lot of points in this story where just and then that person just didn't show up anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to
a lot of people do die, so
trying to keep track of who's in the hotel at any given time does get kind of tricky sometimes. But it's alright.
So we got the Yakuza, we've got the three mother witches, and then the one other real. We got two other side stories really. We've got the drug ring.
Yeah.
What is it called? Gosh. The
An opioid of a
Mercero, the plant drug Mercero.
I think that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have the police and the whole what is it?
The hunt for
what's her name?
The hunt for Stark. Yeah.
Snark. Yeah. Yeah. The Snark killer in the place. Yeah. And so we have these four major plot points going around that intersect, and they some of them are intertwined throughout the entire series, but other ones barely touch each other. Like the Snark and the Yakuza, they don't really touch very much. Like one of the Yakuza assassins go into her Snark's cafe where she makes and does her day job, and they stay there and they almost start a fight with her because of they just want to kill something and they have the urge and stuff like that, but they hesitate or whatever, and so that stops that from becoming a episode. But it's very interesting how they handle things, how they juggle things, how certain things only touch, others are very much intertwined. Obviously, the Yakuza and the three Mother Witches are going to be super entwined because guess what? The Mother Witches are the hotel staff.
Yeah.
Except for good old what's her face? Tenon Brown.
Yep.
Yeah, she's in the.
She's just hanging out.
She's
hanging in the basement.
She's in the boiler room because she can't, remember anything past a week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that does
she
get
stays
a.
in the bottom.
But that does get a pretty satisfying and touching conclusion at the end, though, regarding her memory lapse. I did like that a lot.
Well, the most peculiar thing about the witches, especially, is that Berna, it's only her heart that is in her current body.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of her is just other parts.
Yeah, those three mothers got kind of fucked up at the end. That was a.
Well, the thing is that Berna is like they find out about her head possibly being still in Spain.
Oh, yeah, because it's a
About
laughing,
the
talking
singing
head.
witch's
Yeah.
head, yeah.
And that's actually the back of the final volume as well. It's just her head singing.
Yep. But so there's like, gosh, there's 3.5 entities right now.
Wait, but Josiah, we still haven't mentioned the Sleuth Brigade.
Yeah, we're getting to that because that's part of Snark's story. That's a big part of Snark's story,
Oh, yeah.
and it really what melds Snark and the mothers together.
That's true.
Because the mother witches, they touch everything because everything has to come in contact with the hotel at least while they're there, because it's the main focal point on the island, where the hub where everybody goes to or leaves from.
Yeah.
And so, yes, we do have the local kids have a club called the Sleuth Brigade, and they all have code names, and they're all detectives.
Leader.
And somehow they all don't die.
Yeah. That was a weird one.
What did you call it? Only. Oh, yeah. Both like two of the members. Like, nope. I'd say almost everyone in the team besides Doctor almost dies.
Yeah. Vixen comes the closest, but yeah, gets real bad.
Well, obviously, they talk about Peace dying.
Oh wait, yeah, sorry, yeah, peace, yes.
Yeah, so she's the only one that actually did die. Of course, she was the oldest member, and she's the one who Leader had the crush on. Leader is your typical hot-headed shonen, main character, and of course, all the girls want to be with him. Let's see, the professor we have, he is the brigade's expert on mythology, and he wants to get with, of course, the oldest of the three mothers, Tenenbaum. And they eventually find her. They're actually the first ones to find her and help her to get a little bit better with her memory. If only for a little bit. So,
What did you call it? Also, on that subject, what did you call it? What did you think? Gosh darn. Helena, because I'm not gonna say her which name. What did you call it?
Yeah.
Like meant by, she was getting a bit crazy before. Cause that was the point where I was just like, is there a dual side to her we're not seeing because she's kind of like a wandering soul?
I don't think it was anything like that, because like the whole thing was that she got hit in the heart with an arrow, but a poisoned arrow, and it kind of killed her, but then she came back sort of.
Yeah.
Because she's in this like sort of half dead, half alive state.
Indeed.
And so that's kind of the problem. And so it's not that she I don't think she has like split personalities or something like that, but she just kind of just like loses her life, like presence, in a sense.
Yeah. She called it.
Like her soul's just kind of like half in her body, half not.
The demons described it as their souls linger, I believe.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that she wasn't like anything like her old self. I think instead of being split, I think it's or like fragmented. I think like she's missing a piece. I think would be like a better way to describe it.
That's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, because she's more like chaotic, like neutral, than chaotic good. She's not really good or really bad. She just kind of does whatever she wants.
She said she doesn't really have control over her powers or anything.
Yeah. Again, like I said, like she's fragmented. Like she can't really. She's not stable. She's constantly unstable.
Oh, yeah.
But that being said, she's not really a force for good or a force for evil like some of the other characters in the manga. But let's see. And then of course we have Alice in the Sleuth Patrol, and she is Snark's little sister, and she has to wear the mask of truth, which is a little rabbit's mask.
Yeah.
Because she was so traumatized that she can't process her words. At least that's what Snark says. She can't speak anymore because she was so traumatized. But then at the end, we learn that she is actually able to overcome it and speak again without the mask. So,
although I'd say it took the extreme circumstance of her like sister taking it away from her and like telling her that she was
everything.
Yeah.
That may have been enough to push her over the edge, yeah. But I don't know. It's been a while since she's had the mask on, so.
Dude, did you call it 5 years?
But she also wants to. Go out with Leader.
Did you call it? Which it hits the weird territory when that time skit she starts calling him brother.
Yeah, because his family adopts her whenever Snark dies. So, guess what? The murderer dies.
I can't believe it. She got what was coming.
I
to
never
her.
saw it coming.
So about halfway through the series of all these little random encounters and little hidden stories and little dramas, we are introduced into two other different camps. We have We have Officer Olga with the police force, and then Kikaida, the android, the robot detective.
Probably the best character in the whole series. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he is the MVP because he saved Sexy's life.
Yes, and don't forget, if he were to fight a hippo, he would just barely lose.
He'd probably lose.
He'd
Yes.
just barely
Just
lose.
barely.
If my family,
But he can't remember. He can't remember which finger dispenses sweet jelly or was it motor oil. So
It was friggin'
Nivea.
Viera.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nivea, the lotion. That's right.
Nivea,
Yeah, his fingers dispense lotion and sweet jelly for the kids.
Tastes like Nivea.
I like my hands to just stay moisturized. Why would you need that?
Gosh,
Oh God.
I love it so much. And he
Not only that, but he is also fully functional.
He is.
his robo penis.
First panel. First couple panels he's in, you find out that he's everything that makes a man a man.
Yeah.
And then some.
Also, we didn't hit on the finger that dispenses the gas that like offsets women's periods.
Oh yes, the period gas. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yeah, it's because it's just like there for one panel. Oh man. Man, if he's not the manliest man, I don't know.
But
Oh.
wonderful.
And then on the opposite side, we get to see the demons of the devils on the island.
The rival hotel that we are introduced to.
Well, they're not necessarily rivals. They're trying to raise their status, and they happen to be on the island. And what is it like? Holland is he's just visiting the island on vacation.
Oh yeah, he just thought it would be a fun idea to like just drain the whole island dry and build a whole big like business building in the middle on a donut shop.
Always so specific.
Yeah. it's a fun like dumb trait that he has, that he's just like all he consumes is donuts. Well, that and a whole bunch of assortment of other foods. I think Snark says he'll eat anything. Oh no, it's not him. It's the Mana.
Yeah, Demana when she gets the elephant poison cake.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. They kept that.
Yes, the most ridiculous. What is it? The most ridiculous myth on the island is that the grocery store carries regular rat poison and then a special type of poison that can kill an elephant.
Some even say it might even kill a demon.
Don't know why though.
They keep that gag going for like 4 or 5 episodes. Like, listen, man, this poison, it's out of this world. You've never seen anything like it.
I love the little, cashier who just slides over, just like, oh, a connoisseur.
Yeah, like, hey, you thinking about that poison?
It's all the rage here. Here it's quite effective.
just the slide in is absolutely just, I like it.
Oh yeah, then there's the off-brand Sanrio amusement park right next to the hotel.
Yeah. What you call it? Friggin', what's the Hello Kitty knockoff?
Yeah, it's the Sanrio knockoff. Yeah, where the what was it? It's not Hello Kitty, but it's the worm that's behind her eye.
Yeah.
Her gouged out eye. It's the character.
She doesn't have a name.
No, yeah, she doesn't have. Yeah, who's the cat? She doesn't have a name. Oh boy. Oh man, and the fact that the freaking the sleuths even keep walking to that field that they may or may not have landmines in it.
Oh yeah. And there's a big sign too.
I know, there's a big sign, and they were born on the island. They know everything is. They should know, especially after one of their former members died.
Oh yeah.
It does pay off in the end, though. They are the ones to find, Leader specifically is the one to find Stark, so.
Yeah.
All of that ballsiness really pays off.
Indeed. And, well, as you call it.
But let's get down to the real business here. Is that so the main story outside of all the little side stories is that we have Taizo and then we have Helena, and they begin to Taizo starts to notice the finer things of Helena, and so they hook up, and then and of course, Helena, being the centuries-old witch that she is, has never been on a date before, and which I just think is ridiculous. But so she's decided to go on a date, and of course, Berna is helping her out, and of course, they go over the topic of the ritual you have after every single date.
Yes. Really.
Which leads to the best gag in the entire series.
So Berna tells Helena that after each date you must lie with the man.
Every single time.
Yes, every single time. And so she's freaking out about it, and Berna assures her that is something that happens after every single date, and that she must keep the line ongoing of the witch family.
Indeed.
Because she's the only one that's whole still.
It might be another 400 years.
Oh man. And so Berna gets her a shirt in which she goes and meets Taizo, and it just says "fuck me" with an arrow pointing towards her crotch.
He told me to go change. He didn't even want to look at it.
Oh, and the best thing is after they do get around to go to finishing the ceremony, Taizo gets up to go to the bathroom, and she immediately asks if she's pregnant already.
Yeah. Something moving around inside me. Am I pregnant? I like Taizo's position as the straight man to all the nonsense.
Yeah. not only is he the hollow the shell of the MC that everyone's supposed to put themselves into, but he also is the straight man 100% of the time. Ooh.
Even when he's getting tortured, there's barely any reaction. Yeah.
Even when he's getting high in the jungle and running from tigers.
Yeah.
All to find the most infamous second-rate boiler repairman on the island. Oh my gosh.
There's a lot in this story.
There's a lot.
There is, and I don't know. It's hard to talk about it without just like going over the entire story itself.
Yeah, like it.
I think we hit most of the major points. Like, what was your favorite part? Let's start it that way. That's a better way to talk about this. What was your favorite
Okay.
thing?
John, please stall for me if you have yours ready.
So, I don't know. I like kind of just the whole arc of the snark arc of the story. Just like
The snark arc,
yeah. Just like kind of gripped me a lot because I'm into mysteries as the genre and everything, and there's a lot of points where it's like kind of a gaggy feel, but it's still kind of like following along the trail of like revealing of who Snark is, and like how that story intertwines with the demons, and finally culminating to like Leader confronting her at the gallows. It's really well like tied up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's just a lot there with how Snark, the reason Snark really like enjoys being a serial killer is just because she likes to like be able to express her feminine wiles, and the act of causing misfortune to those people who fall in love with her has always brought her happiness, and the demons can like pushing her on as she starts to feel guilt for her little sister wanting to see Kurosawa as a potential mate for her and everything.
Yeah.
And they just kind of keep on pushing her forward, just like, no, you never felt guilty about this. Did you call it freaking this makes you happy? Yeah, it's just there's a lot there.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, especially to see her relationship with Alice, and just the fact that she wanted the power to do these things, and then she almost like plays it off like she had some sort of like greater purpose when she never really did, or like some ultimate goal, or but she does make the best torts on the whole island, enough to make a gay man straight.
Indeed.
Now I think my favorite is the drug dealer ghosts.
Oh, they were good. Yeah.
But whenever one of them starts ascending, and he's like, "What?" and the other one's like, "No, don't leave me. I can't be here by myself." And so the demon goes up and just grabs him and pulls him back down. He's like, "Oh, where are you going?"
Yeah, it's
it's such a small little scene, but it's so like good. He's like, "Oh, where are you going? Go back."
Even from first appearance, it's fun where they're just riding on the Ferris wheel, and the guy takes out the story dice.
Oh yeah. So don't worry. You don't have to really think about what kind of story you have to tell me. I got dice.
And then
him and the Manga Cop become good friends.
Yeah. Just tell him stories and everything. But yeah, just like the end of that scene where the other guy gets shot at the end of the story, and he's just like, "But know what happened. I need to know." they're a great pair, especially the joke of Vegeta and Nappa being thrown out around a lot.
Oh yeah. Whenever anyone sees them, because of their hairlines, people think they're Vegeta and Nappa.
Gosh. Even the cat strolls by.
And then the one guy who looks like Vegeta's like, but Vegeta's not even dead. Oh my gosh. What about you, Matt? You had time to think now. We covered it for
That's
you.
true, you did. Thank you. I am very fond of seeing the other assassins try to intermingle and communicate with one another. Like Holon, the older sister of the girl who goes on to enact revenge against the Yakuza during the final chapter of the series. Her interactions with our favorite homo assassin are some of my favorite gags in the whole series. So seeing the assassins try to make peace with one another was pretty good to me. A lot of fun moments there, and as much as I did enjoy the side characters of the series, this was one of those cases for me where nothing really wound up interesting me as much as the main plot. So when a few chapters went by of the Sleuth Brigade or the police department, that was fun and all, but I always wound up thinking, I just want this to go back to Helena and Taizo, and their romance was ultimately the selling point for me for this whole series. Had a lot of fun there.
It's definitely the backbone.
Yeah, absolutely.
But another funny point was the 3 assassins that were sent to get Taizo, and then of course Helena meets him at the airport, and one of them goes to the bathroom, and the guy's like, it shouldn't be that long. Goes in there, it's been like an hour, and the third one's like, might be a trap. I'll go in, and all she does is knock him out, and she's like, go back to Japan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh man, yeah, that was pretty good. Oh my gosh.
I like how rumors and legends are passed around as foreshadowing as the next story point.
Oh yeah.
Where the CIA are talking about the drug dealers, and then they just go on about the rumor of the scientist who solved a giant equation while she was high, and then we get presented when the manga has a problem with that scientist or the ghost of her, and her helping the mangaka get over the problem. And the one funny gag one I loved was, what you call it, like, milk makes your chest grow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the classic Japanese gag. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fun when it starts with the Sleuth Brigade, and then it just cuts to the demon doing it as well.
Yeah, it just passes around. Everybody hears about it. Yeah, it's all because freaking Snark wishes, her second wish from the demon is to have larger breasts, because she thinks she'd attract more men that way. And then it just knocks her off her balance.
Yeah.
You can have these back, by the way. Oh no! You can't take back the wish. They're yours now. You've got like 3 days left just to put them to good use while you can.
Her story at the bar, where what you call it, friggin' she's trying to get Taizo to come back to the room with her. What you call it, just like, so you prefer flat chest now? Yeah. Well,
no, it was great whenever Berna invited him up there, and then freaking Helena's just playing video games, and then the whole place is a mess.
Oh yeah, what you call it? Just that she's just a video game addict on her off time.
Yeah.
What you call it? Lying to her party because they suck. I have to go. I'm on my period.
But who's gonna run support? Come on now. How's the tank gonna survive if we've got no support here? Oh.
It's very imperative that I leave right now.
Oh Jesus! Shh. Hush.
Ah, doggy dog.
Yeah, sorry, those are my dogs.
Okay, no good.
Oh, they were sleeping, and so I didn't think there'd be any bother. But then they woke up because I don't know, something made a noise outside.
But there's this. The story does well with like really like threading itself together. I'd say.
Yeah, it all feels nicely paced. A couple months go by. The breaking up of the stories and the different sides to things and different guests in the hotel, and different people in town, all makes it easier to follow an indescript flow of time on the island, because the island is a tropical island, so it doesn't really change very much with the seasons and such.
Mm-hmm. What you call it? We didn't really touch on the trio of drug dealers, Tamara.
I mean, honestly, honestly, they aren't even that important.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the long run.
They
were there, yeah. They were some of the dealers. Well, they were really more the growers than dealers, but. Of course, after the two drug dealers, the two anonymous drug dealers, Nappa and Vegeta, after they died, they basically had to become the dealers.
Mm-hmm. And what you call it? Friggin' Tamara ends up getting assassinated by Kurosawa after they're all put on a hit list. And my favorite part about that is just like Tamara coming back to life just to get back the money she owed from Carrie.
Yeah.
Just like, you owe me 50,000.
I'm not dying yet.
And don't say I stink. Yeah, I just like I want to try to hit on everything in the story at least like lately.
Mm-hmm. Well, like I said, I don't think there's like a really great way to discuss it without just going through everything.
Oh yeah.
No, like at the end of the day, this is probably the best way that we could have done this, because at the end of this is just a series of gags, is what the series usually is, anyways.
Hush.
It feels very, very much like what you call it, a lot of satirical manga and everything. I felt like this kind of hit the feels of how like reading Bo would feel sometimes, or just like things that satire or other manga kind of its gags. Just because like there's a whole bunch of referential humor within that. Like going back to the Chuck Norris thing, it's just like it's so just like far removed from the actual story.
Yeah, it's like gosh, it's like 3 or 4 pages of just talking about Chuck Norris for no reason.
Like, wow, Chuck Norris. I think that owner's full of it though.
Wow, Chuck Norris.
Yeah, there's a lot of allusions to different mangakas and writers and everything during the start of it. It just has that feel of gag manga to me, at least during the very start.
Oh yeah, it's a fun time.
I don't know. What would you call it? I feel like a lot of the stories like grounded within the magical elements though. Just kind of just like the myths in general.
Well, yeah, the myths are like really consistent, except for when you get down to the details, and they're like, they're just kind of out of whack. Like like the whole +3 like claw hand.
Oh yeah.
Prosthetic arms, like there's stuff like that, and it's like, oh, well, you can get like 3 wishes. I can give you more, but I just kind of want to give you 3. And just all these little like funny exceptions and rules and stuff like that, and just the just little add-ons and little details of what makes all the supernatural stuff just funny.
See, the scene in the elevator with the other demons, just like, hey, maybe for giggles, we'll just play Cards for Souls while we're locked in here. I mean, it's not like that's a real thing.
Just like, okay, whatever, weirdos.
What else is one really to do to pass the time?
Play for your soul. You can call it. But yeah, the supernatural stuff is either done very gruesomely, or would you call it very lightheartedly. Especially when we get to see more of gosh darn Helena's like full powers and everything, just being able to rip off like flesh off skin super easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a distance, yeah.
The series
instantly teleport across continents.
Yeah. The series has a very nice sense of a contrast with the comedy and the horror that it's going with here. Got a nice balance of both at all points of the series.
Yeah.
And I do like the fact that they really tease and lean into the actual identity of the hotel staff, because early on, I think during the first dozen chapters, you see at the end of the first fight of the series between the assassins, the last panel is Helena walking into the room and just saying, "Oh, there's a lot of blood here." Okay, so it's like, huh, who could this girl actually be? She had to have said that for something, yeah.
She call it. That reminds me. She call it friggin'. I really want to know the conversation that the manga artist was listening to earlier. Cause, good gosh.
Oh, through the wall, yeah.
Yeah, because.
Oh yeah, the panda and the other 2 people who left. Yeah.
If I could find like a wine glass, then I could hear this perfectly.
I know, it goes through the freaking physics of listening through the wall with a wine glass.
It's amazing. And then what you call it, friggin' him hearing about them bringing in a panda, and what you call it, like, are they breaking the Washington Pact? Who should I call about this? Washington? Oh no, a revenge plot. Who should I tell about this? Washington?
Oh my gosh.
That's fun.
Yeah, what you call it? Friggin' the manga artist. What you call it? I feel like I slightly wish he had more like page time, just because like I would always love the gags that he was in. And he, I don't know, I like the little charming, like, kind of romance he had with the ghost of the scientist as well.
Well, the funny thing is, the scientist, her name was Mercero. She was the one. She was the one the drug was named after. Mm-hmm. Which just ties everything else together, which is kind of funny that she died in the hotel, and then there's all these drug dealers in the hotel with the drug that you smoked. Would you die?
Yeah. Did you call? See, and the messed up part about that is she's just still dead in the room.
Yep.
She called.
Well, hats off to the mangaka, because now he's living with his actual ghost waifu girlfriend.
Indeed.
Living the dream.
I love when gosh, Taizo like walks by and he says hi to him and he can't see the scientist, so he just thinks he's talking to himself. Just like, oh, I guess he's just really stressed.
He's thinking of lions for his next chapter.
Yeah. Gosh, is there anything else we're missing on Hidden On?
I think we.
Not that I can think of, besides just reciting the entire story.
Oh yeah.
We pretty much hit all corners of this, yeah.
Or just not spoiling the very ending. So.
I want to say
right.
at least, what you call it? That guy's head is just Manger's Z.
Oh yeah.
What you call it?
Yeah.
I didn't notice it the first time around, but then I looked at it again and I was just like, yeah, that Yakuza's head is just Manger's Z.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say on the ending. So, what was everyone's final thoughts on the series as a whole?
Let's give it a rating, Matthew.
I'll
first.
take it first. I will give the only real issues that I had with the series that was slightly dark points for me is even though the art style is a lot of fun, the sameness of the designs do make it hard for me to keep track of who is who at some points in the series. But apart from that, there's not too much that I can really dig into, because a series like this that's not taking it itself too seriously in the first place is not going to be docked very much either way for messing around, because the comedy's the whole point of it. So overall, I would have to say that the rating that they gave on my anime list of 8.1 out of 10 is actually pretty on point of where I would give it to, like a bit lower or higher than that, like around a 8. So yeah, it was a great time. Not one of the best things that I've ever read, but it was a nice distraction from a lot of the shonen that I usually read. So I would recommend it to anyone who wants a good gag manga. So yeah, I'd give it around a 8. How about you guys?
Josiah, do you want to go first, or you want me?
Yeah, sure. I was already thinking about giving it an 8, so I'm not accompanying Matt. But
Yeah.
Like Matt said, it's not the most thought evoking. It's not the most earth shattering manga out there. But in a world where there's only so many greats and there's so much mediocre out there, it's a pretty solid one that most people will enjoy. I think as long as you have the right mindset for this sort of horror drama gag manga, and don't mind the adult themes. It definitely I don't know if I said it earlier or not, or if that was the discussion before we started recording. But I sat down and read it all in one day. It was very much a breath of fresh air. It was fun and enjoyable and easy to get through. And so with shorter manga like that, it has to be this way. And I don't know. There wasn't anything that I would say that needs to improve it. It kind of just did what it wanted to do, and the conclusion was really good. Yeah, 8 out of 10.
Yep.
Should you call it?
Absolutely.
I'll say I want to. Gosh, I really like the story. I don't know. What do you call it? Friggin'. I want to say 7.
Oh.
I want to say 7. What do you call it? But not. It's not a bad 7. What do you call it? It's just that it's really hard.
It's a hard 7, huh?
Yeah, it's a high 7. It's a high 7.
Yeah.
But so what do you call it? Like it's good. 7 to me is good. I will agree with the things Matt said. The same there's a bit of same face in here with the sensei and gosh, I'm always bad with the names of these characters. What do you call it? With the sensei and Taizo, and when what do you call it? The doctor's really healed up all the way, and he doesn't need his glasses anymore. I was just like, is that Taizo?
Yeah.
There's points in where I definitely get confused with the art style, but to agree, it's really easy to just like read through, and what you call it, like it takes enough breaks to where you can stop and not be too confused. The next what you call it, like chapter that goes on, and a lot of the segments are just like connected but still to themselves. You can always go along with the story, and then you can go like, oh, okay, what you call it, that part of the series is closed. We're going on to the next part. I can stop here. Just the ease of that is wonderful, and the absolute whimsy of the town. I wish they could have gone around the city life a bit more, because I don't think we got enough of that. But it's funny. It's just a fun romp to go through, and I really liked a lot of the stuff this manga did.
Yeah. Just to add on to the point that you made about it all feeling very clearly defined on when we're ending a arc and moving on to a different one. It always seems to cap off with one or two of the members of the cast either leaving or dying. So yes, it all feels like a good cutting off point of okay, blank is gone, so now we're moving on to the next arc. Does feel all clearly defined for that reason. Yeah.
Huh?
And
Yeah, there we go.
That's the end.
I guess that's it.
That's a podcast.
We did it.
That's Voynich Hotel.
Go read it right now.
We are
Indeed.
getting
Go get your mom's purse, grab her Visa, go on Amazon.
by the whole series.
Gosh, would you call it all 3 volumes? It's not even that much. Would you call it? Friggin' they're selling it $12.99 USA.
Yeah.
Would you call it $15.99 Canadian?
You might
It's-
not want to check for it on Manga Rock because apparently that site's shutting down.
Oh,
Oh
You'll
no.
have to check
Jeez.
somewhere else.
My childhood.
It's all going away. All the manga on the internet is going away.
They're deleting manga off the internet.
that is
Oh,
an
you're-
actual lie.
All your memories of all the manga are going away.
Once it's gone off the internet, you can't remember it
That's
anymore. That's how the world works.